Why, hello, and welcome to the first ever episode of UnbeLEAFable, a show where I, Maddie Mystic, do some much needed plant care. Embarrassing. Wow, we talk about something absolutely unbelievable, and today we are joined by Salem, but we're also going to be talking about conspiracy theories that I absolutely 100% believe in without question. Like, I don't need any more time to think about this. It's already cemented in my brain that it's real, and there's nothing I can do about it. So, today, what we're going to be doing with this plant is this is a Jade Pothos, by the way, that I got in Florida. She is struggling to survive the winter here. She's got a lot of crispy, she's got a lot of yellows. I think the problem with her is that I underwater her, and the root ball is probably too big for this pot. So what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be chopping and propping the longer vines that don't have very many leaves on them. And I'm also going to be trimming the root ball, planting her back in the same pot, giving her a very good drink. And I have all the supplies here to make a little prop box for the nodes and stuff that I'll be propagating afterwards. So, as we get started, the first conspiracy theory that I 100% believe to be true is the simulation theory. The theory that we're all living in a simulation. Why do I believe this to be true, you might ask? Well, to be completely honest with you, the first reason that I believe in this theory is because my life is absolutely wacky and there's no way that I'm not a Sims character. There's just no way. Ask any of my friends the weird shit that happens to me on a daily basis, and everyone is in agreement. Everyone is in agreement that for some reason, I'm a freak magnet. I don't know what it is. It's something to do with my character creator. Whoever put it in my code that freakish people come to me. But let's get into some of the real reasons why I believe simulation theory. Okay, so I actually have to think about this for a second. Why do I think that the simulation theory is real? Well, first of all, it's very well. First of all, let's sanitize my scissors with a little alcohol swab. I just spilled water all over it too. So the real reason that I believe in the simulation theory is because technology has advanced so fast, and I've seen people who actually know what they're talking about talk about this. I'm not a scientist. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm just rambling. But I've seen actual scientists talk about this and be even if there is a 1% chance that in the future we develop technology that is good enough to create alternate realities and a computer simulation, if there's 1% chance that that's happening, it's already happening. And who was it? Was it Stephen Hawking that said that there's a very, let me actually Google this before I just talk out of my ass. Stephen Hawking simulation theory. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so Stephen Hawking believes that the universe is a hologram, which means that 3D reality is an illusion. The holographic principle is a concept from string theory that suggests that the universe is a hologram with information stored on a 2D surface that projects 3D reality. What does that mean? Binary code, 2D code, ones and zeros, that translates into a 3D reality. So, what else does that mean? It means that if you're a human that perceives a 3D reality, it's just perception. It's not real. You're living in a simulation. And none of this I say to make you worried or scared. I mean, if this is all true, there's nothing we can do about it, so we might just have fun with it, you know? Pretend like we're Sims characters in a video game. But some of the evidence that I have noticed to suggest that we are living in a simulation. Like, I'm trying to come up with specific examples other than like, well, one time I felt like I was glitching, because that's not like evidence, that's more of like, I don't know, it's more of just like a feeling. What am I talking about? This is the first episode of UnbeLEAFable, so it might be a little crunchy. Stick with me here. I don't have a script. I never go off of a script. I just talk out of my ass. So let's get into some other like wild adjacent theories that have to do with the simulation theory that I fully believe also. Well, that I don't fully believe because I haven't experienced it, let me put it that way. So there is this theory that I just watched a YouTube video about. I don't know if it's true, I don't know if it's accurate, so I'm just gonna throw that out there. Believe everything with your own, I don't know. Believe what you want. So there has been this recent theory that certain laser lights, when projected onto a surface, and when the user is taking Donna Maria Tammy, read between the lines there, that they can see binary code in this laser light projected onto a surface. Like, they can see beyond the surface it's projected onto, and they can see the binary code in the back. That's freaky. If that's true, that is freaky, and I don't like that. Like, you're telling me you can hack the Matrix by taking Donna Maria Tammy and looking at a laser light? I don't like that. But yeah, if all the world's like richest people are saying that like there's a very big possibility that we're living in a simulation, I'm gonna believe them. And here are some other theories that kind of coincide with the simulation theory and why I believe it. So there's a theory in the Christian Bible, the multiple God theories, right? So there are multiple Bible verses in the Christian Bible that state things like, thou shalt have no other gods, plural, before me. A lot of people take this to mean like you shouldn't worship anything else like money, like politicians, blah blah blah, before me. Oh yeah, she definitely needs a trim. There's like a little plastic plate in there. She didn't like that when I took her out of the pot. My air purifier. Okay, so the multiple God theory. So, thou shalt have no other gods before me. That could mean many things, right? But let's take a brief glance into Genesis 6. Genesis chapter 6 references the Nephilim and the giants and like all that kind of things. It's said that the sons of gods mated with the daughters of humans to create the Nephilim, the giants. That literally proves that there are other gods in the Christian Bible. Because if the sons of gods mated with the daughters of humans, where are those gods? Hello? It's in Genesis 6. Like, it's not hidden, it's not a surprise, it's like, it's right there. So, please explain. My theory is that that kind of goes hand in hand with the simulation theory, because my personal view of the simulation theory is that, I don't have a knife to cut this. So we're just gonna deal with that in a minute. So my theory with the multiple God theories is that, like, think about how we play The Sims, right? Everybody is sitting at their own computer with their own Sims characters, creating the narratives in the game. You make choices for the characters, and it dictates what happens in their life. That sounds a lot like the joining of the simulation theory with the multiple God theory. if our gods are just the creators of our Sims universe, whether they be aliens on a different planet, whether they be humans in the real world that we're not actually a part of, we're in the simulation world, who the hell knows? Maybe it's AI. Maybe AI has advanced so far in the future that it has created thousands, millions, billions, infinite number of simulations of human life just to see what would happen, just to see if they could figure out where humanity is going, how they could one-up us maybe, if they could figure out future possibilities so they could prepare to take over. I don't know. I'm not saying AI is taking over. I personally have a pretty decent relationship with AI. Siri is very nice to me. I say thank you to her every time I ask her to do something for me, because I'm not gonna get murdered by my phone one day. Y'all can be mean to Siri if you want to, but I'm gonna be nice to her. I'm gonna keep some of the longer, like, actual pieces, and I'm gonna put them in my, can you see it right here? My mutant pole. It just has a bunch of cuttings from different plants in there. But yeah, that is kind of my view on simulation theory and multiple god theory. The Bible is fascinating. I'm just saying, like, recently I've bought a copy of the Dead Sea Scrolls. Fascinating. Although the copy that I bought didn't fill in the gaps with the regular Bible, so it's literally just like passages floating through text that don't really make sense together. So that's kind of frustrating. But what are some other theories that I believe? I believe that rich people are evil. I don't think that's a theory. I think that's just fact. I don't know. I'm trying to think of some other theories. That was like my main one, you know? Is that the simulation theory is real. Should we talk about some theories that I don't believe in? I don't believe that these drones in New Jersey are aliens. I don't think they're aliens. I think they're definitely humans, since they have, like, what's it called? Federal airline regulated lights on the drones. I mean, aliens could probably do that too, but I don't think they would really care, you know? Like, if they're coming to invade the Earth, why would they care about following airline guidelines? I don't think they would. I'm just cutting these. I'm not cutting them by the node, because that would be too many cuttings. I'm not doing that. So I'm doing like 2 or 3 nodes per cutting. What do I think the Jersey drones could be? I think it could be another situation like the, what was it? Was it 2018 clowns? When were the clowns coming out? Was that 2020? Was that right before the pandemic, Pandy? I think it could be a situation like the clowns, like where there's a lot of people playing pranks. But I also think it could be a government experiment, like they're testing drones to surveil, or it could be a way of testing shipping drones, because I can guarantee you in a couple years our skies are going to be full of drones delivering Amazon packages or like USPS mail. Like, I don't know. I just don't see a world where that's not the case, because we're already losing all of our privacy rights anyway. So why would we also not lose the right to our airspace above our houses, where all the drones will be flying? You know? I have a pretty bleak view of the future, so if that stresses you out, I'm sorry, but I live in America. So that's pretty self-explanatory as to why I have a pretty bleak view of the future. Because my government is run by crazy cultists. And if you don't live in America, there's a good chance that your government is also run by crazy cultists. I like to believe that I'm not part of either of the cults in America, the Democrat cult or the Republican cult. But, unfortunately, you're kind of forced to vote one way or the other. And I'm going to vote where my rights align with. Read between the lines there, I'm a gay man. Who do you think I voted for? Because voting for a third party, unfortunately, in America, is never going to do anything. I know we all desperately want a third party to win, but because of the Electoral College, we are never, ever going to have a third party candidate as a president. I'm so sorry. You can vote however you want. I'm not telling you not to vote for a third party. I'm just saying that a third party is never going to win. But if that makes you feel empowered to vote for a third party, do it. I don't care. It's your vote. I'm not your mother. I'm not your president. I'm not the Secretary of State. I don't even know what that does. I don't really follow politics that much because it's a cult. I'm not in a cult. But I do vote because at the end of the day, I'm gonna try. You know what I mean? Voting isn't that hard. I vote by mail anyway, so it's easy. It takes like 5 minutes. So I highly encourage you to vote, however which way you vote. I don't really care which way you vote. You can vote for whoever the hell you want to. Just please do it. Even if you think it doesn't do anything for you. It does, I promise. Especially local voting. Here's another conspiracy theory that I believe. Voting doesn't matter unless you're voting locally. That is what I truly believe. I truly believe that presidential vote doesn't matter because whoever they want to win is going to win. Popular vote isn't even taken into account for president. It's the Electoral College votes. So we're voting for what? I mean, the Electoral College is supposed to vote the way that we vote, we the people. However, when there's billionaires and money involved, honey, do you really think our votes count? No. The Electoral College is bought out. Period. In my opinion. Allegedly. So, I think that's all the root trimming I'm going to do to her. This is how she looks now. She looks... Oh, I'm actually going to cut this one off, this one off, this one off. Oh no, she's rooted. Sorry, babe. This one off. That's rooted. That one's not rooted. What am I at? 20 minutes? That's not bad. We're finishing up soon. This is the Jade Pothos now. She needs water. Her leaves are curled up and crinkly because she's sad, but we're going to put her over there. And next we're going to make the mosh bucket. Get all my little cuttings out. Salem's on my lap. I'm going to try not to dump all this dirt on her. I'm sorry, Salem. I am getting dirt off her face. You're such a good sport. Yeah. Meow. Ooh. Fungus gnat. Killed it. So, here we have some sphagnum moss. I'm just gonna pull a bunch out. Oops. Chaos this morning. When is it not chaos in my house? Ugh. What's another conspiracy theory that I believe? I believe that atheism is a direct result of urbanization. We've lost our connection with nature, which means nobody thinks God exists anymore. You can believe whatever you want. Do I believe in a God? I do. I believe in a higher power. I don't necessarily believe in a specific deity. But when I look around in nature, I just can't believe that it's like just a coincidence. You know what I mean? Like, there are so many diverse organisms on this planet. Like, you can't tell me that they're all just like accidents. I know that's like evolution and stuff. I believe in evolution too. Like, I believe that things can grow and evolve and change over time. Because I think it's kind of silly not to think that that can happen. I mean, especially when looking at all the different human species that there have been over time. Homo sapien, Homo erectus, Homo whatever, you know? There's been a bunch of like different human species. So, of course we can grow and change over time. However, I don't believe that it's just luck of the draw, you know? I think that there is intelligence to the universe. This also ties hand in with the simulation theory. If there is a simulation, that means the simulation had to be created by somebody, because simulations don't exist in nature, you know? So there has to be a creator somewhere, whether that be alien life, like I said earlier, or a divine creator, humans, AI, who knows? But if it's AI, someone had to create that. So would humans be God in that sense? Because that's actually interesting. I've never thought about that before. If humans would technically be the gods of our own universes, in the Bible it does say we were created in the image of God. I went to Christian school, can you tell? And that's what happened afterwards. So I'm just shoving all these sticks down in here into this little box. I do have a cover for it that I'm going to put. I'm just trying to space them all out a little bit so that they're not like on top of each other. There's way more cuttings in here than I thought there was going to be though. So I don't know if these are all going to fit. But thank you so much for joining me on the first episode of UnbeLEAFable. If there's any unbelievable subjects that you would like me to talk about in the future, please let me know, because although I do have a list of topics that I would like to talk about, I would love to hear from you guys and know what you want me to talk about, because not everything that I think of is exciting, I don't think. I could talk about my work nightmare stories. Those are actually hilarious. Or the time that I exploded a slushie machine in the cafeteria of my high school while everyone watched. I can tell you about that one. But yeah, let me know what you want me to see. I'm pretty much done here. Done taking care of my beautiful jade pothos. These are the cuttings that I was left with that are actually that actually have foliage on them. I still have this many sticks and a full box of cuttings here. I am going to try to shove some more in there, but I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, I will spell you later.